Well, here we are, better late than never. Hello, just hopping in here is Ferran Burgundy trying to do this thing that I haven't done in quite a while, so we'll see how it goes here. But we are here on Speed Runners Arena. It looks like we have a three-person race on stream here, and from what I saw in chat briefly, we have some early power bombs, so that is allowing our runners to head in a number of different directions early here. Break Jake 1 getting some more power bombs down near... Man, I'm forgetting where everything is here. It's been that long. No, the commentator is not silent. I just got in here and I'm trying to shake rust off about as much as y'all are getting used to having a person in the booth. Trying to blow dust off of my commentary notes here for this one. Holy smokes. This was literally an on-a-whim decision here, so I'm pulling things together just as rapidly as y'all are here. And where the deuce are my notes? There we go, close enough. All right. Now I can maybe try to remember where all these checks are and what these various things are here. Is we have a missile up at what looks to be early supers. Yep, that is the case. Meanwhile, at the wave gate, Break Jake is picking up a set of missiles as well. And by that, I mean turning around and heading right back on out. The disdain that players have for missiles. Oh, goodness. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not nearly as talented and I don't need to beat the game with just, I don't know, a pair of missiles, a pack of chewing gum, and a paper clip or something like that. But that's why I'm here in the booth, and that's why these people are as talented as they are. All right, we do have an E-Tank, though, in Mission Impossible. And down in Edecoons, there looks to be one as well. Freddy, meanwhile, just getting out of... Oh, looking to get out of Alcatraz here. And at least for the moment is doing his best Ferran Burgundy impression. Nope, never mind. He actually got it to succeed. So it looks like so far no major items as of note, just the missiles, power bombs, and super missiles along the way here. But as soon as I say that, we have Speed Booster over on Freddy's end. Picked up, I believe, at the is that the Terminator E-Tank spot? Oh, it was there the whole time. Who knew? It's only been about a year or so since I've done any Super Metroid commentary, so the rust is definitely there. So Freddy gonna zoom along here. As Break Jake wall jumping up Edecoons. I know the struggles of falling there. Oh wow, Break Jake does get the mock ball out of the Edecoons PB pickup. Chat noting the back of Gauntlet might have been a super and a reserve tank. It'll be a little bit before we get there. As now the paths pretty similar for Freddy and Break Jake here, both in the early super spot. Meanwhile, not much of which to speak in the Spo skip. For I know I'm trying to avoid butchering the name, but it's not going to happen. So we'll just go with is that Kaizentum? Yeah, landing site PB is not a bad place to go back up and check at this point, but it looks like all three of our runners are fairly entrenched, at least for the moment, in Brinstar. Although, as I say that, Break Jake gonna take that elevator to head back on up. Racers, you don't need to make me sound any more foolish than I already do. Just hinting that out there. So now a bit of divergence here, although Break Jake is gonna probably be glad to see this here. Also, we're gonna get that double check and confirmation here. Yep, a super and a reserve tank up in the back of Gauntlet. And now Jake gonna pick up that speed booster, rather. And Kazentin already now in Red Tower, or at least heading to the bottom of it. Gonna check out Vanilla Spazer in a moment here. Yeah, the majors are definitely kind of like me. They're sleeping in a bit today. And a super missile up at Vanilla Spazer. And Break Jake doing something that I did not know you could do. But then again, my skills with Speed Booster are not that great. All right, heading on over into the warehouse for Kraid is Kaizentin. And, well, looks like that landing site PB was nothing more than a set of missiles, to the disappointment of Break Jake and probably Chad as well. Super Missile, meanwhile, is hiding out there in the warehouse hidden missile spot. And we're going to get our first look at Kraid. So the big question, will we dance or will it be a quick kill? Oh, we're going dancing. Slow dancing, sway into the stressful music. That's usually my route. I think if I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've actually gotten a Kraid quick kill. And if I think about it, maybe only a couple of fingers. But we have Spring Ball in the Vanilla Varia suit. So a little bit of a switch up there. Yes, chat laughs at that, but if I have to go digging in, what is it, the left sand pit, I greatly appreciate a Spring Ball. As the hunt for anything but missiles seems to continue. Okay, so we're looking here for the climb supers, at least on Break Jake's side. Meanwhile, the waterway has X-ray. Oh, we have the morph bombs up in the climb supers. And I will admit I missed where charge was, but I'm guessing based on the location, it was probably... was that the warehouse E-tank, the frog room? Frog pocket, okay. That was my hunch based on what I didn't see on the screens, trying to focus on 3 screens at the same time. Oh, look at that. We have our first suit find, and it is Gravity Suit in the high jump boots location. So those of you who preliminarily bet on Gravity Suit, you're a winner. Those of you like me who put a couple of shekels on Varia Suit, well, it's fine. I still have quite a few channel points, but that's neither here nor there. Remember, these are just for bragging rights and channel points. Bet with your head, not over it. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, Edakun, or no, that's not Edakuns. That's the other green thing. That's the sonic pipe missile having an energy tank there. So yeah, speed and gravity, certainly a combination that one would think would lead you to maybe looking into Meridia. Well, that's one way to get across there, utilizing the flight, gets the room open, and is flying all the way across the water. Meanwhile, Kazenton is in Meridia doing those checks here. Not much of which to speak in the early going here. And not that I could see exactly what it was, but I figured there was no effort made to pick it up, so it couldn't have been that important. Although those power bombs are definitely helpful. So Kai's heading on into Mount Everest Supers for that one. And we have a Fantoon fight going on with Break Jake. One of the banes of my existence. As Freddy about to head over to Craig. Crade. I've been doing a lot of Tecmo Rando Bowl commentary, so I've had Seattle Seahawks quarterback Dave Craig on the mind. Power bombs up top. In the Mama Turtle room. And a set of missiles to pair with it. So Break Jake dispatching of Fantoon as Freddy's about to head on into the Crade battle. We're in an interesting situation of finding both a lot and a little here in the first 18 and a half minutes. Alright, Kai's gonna go ahead and utilize the gravity suit, I guess you could say trick, to be able to fly up there. Meanwhile, in Rex ship, we have a set of supers. Not going to turn that down. As Freddy now picking up the spring ball. Set of missiles there in the Yellow Meridia false wall. A couple more checks coming up there. Freddy has taken care of Crade. And Break Jake figures half of 8 is enough in terms of E-tanks. I have to keep remembering that these competitors are not at my minimal skill level. And yes, a great reminder that the logic is designed to be accessible for as many runners as possible. The only tricks that are in logic are wall jumping, full charge shine sparks, easy for me to say, and infinite vertical bomb jumping. So a lot of the tricks that you see here are not required, but in a race scenario like this will make you go a heck of a lot faster. But not meant to be off-puttingly faster, so don't think that you have to do all of these things to be involved. Because I know when I first saw this, I did. So didn't get to see what was in the attic, but it clearly wasn't worthwhile as Break Jake immediately turned around, about face, 180'd, however you want to look at it. He got out of there. Oh, it was missiles. But that was the odds-on favorite as to what it would be, but either way, it was something minimally, if not non-desirable. Alright, so we're going to check here at Wrecked Reserve, and it's a set of missiles. Unnecessary to go any further. Gravity suit pickup for Freddy. Yeah, wreck ship looks to be a bust, and I mean, barring anything, well, we'll find out momentarily there after we go bowling in a moment here, but meanwhile... Oh, that's right, Kai's never picked up speed boosters, so utilizing the snail clip, or at least attempting to here. Oh, well, we have plasma beam and an energy tank. Plasma being picked up there at Aqueduct Missile. So I'm not sure what Kai's is going for here with the snails. Meanwhile, Freddy is now in Meridia. A suitless crystal flash clip. Interesting. Meanwhile, well, not a total bust for wreck ship, as there is at least space jump. Great for movement, but not required, quote unquote. See, I appreciate these little things. I may be speaking out of pocket by doing so, but whether it's a space jump or a screw attack, I mean, I'm not going to necessarily poo-poo those various accessories. You know, I'm a firm believer that reserve tanks save lives. I know a lot of people refer to them as trash cans. Alright, Alright, so Kai's meanwhile looking for the suitless crystal flash clip, and got it. Oh, that's a happy face, not a laughing at the item. Okay. Alright, Kai's meanwhile working on the snake fight bot wound. And the spikes. The spiky room of death, almost living up to its moniker. Set of missiles after bot wound. And just a set of missiles for Break Jake, and I think that's going to be a reset. Meanwhile, we have a super missile and a missile over in Yellow Meridia's watering hole. As we're moments away from a Dragon fight over on Kai's side. Oh, you don't have to reset anymore. It's built in. See, these are... I step away for a year, and there's all these new technological advances and things like that. But I don't know. I'm pretty much the old man who yells at Cloud anyway. I'm basically Grandpa Simpson as it is already here. Kai's making his way down to Gragon. At an instant reset to last save using start select LR. Well, how about that? We can do all this and we still can't even get a flying car. Alright, let's see here. Over into Red Tower, looking at, super missiles at Beta. Meanwhile, down goes Dragon on Kai's side. And we have the Wave Beam. Certainly nothing to sneeze at there behind Dragon. Meanwhile, a missile and a reserve tank both being left behind by Break Jake. They kind of have flying cars now. They're just big drones. That's fair. Maybe we just have to wait to 2062 like in the Jetsons. So there's still 38 years on the clock for that. Alright, Jake gonna go ahead and give us a check over at... Come on, it's only been a year since you've done this. Vanilla X-Ray, there we go. And it looks like it's just missiles. And that's a big old nope there. Alright, Kai's back into Aqueduct here. More than likely going to save before I guess checking the sand pits. Meanwhile, Freddy is about to take on Dragon. Immediately was about to nope out, but decides to pick up those valuable super missiles. At the precious spot. Part of my notes is having the nicknames here because I couldn't even remember them all before when I was doing more regular commentary on this. So we have a Dragon microwave fight going on over with Freddy, so this should go fairly quickly. And a pair of E-tanks on the left. And after some indecision, is going to go back up for them, it looks like. Alright, there's the wave beam for Freddy, and Jake is almost at the Kraid fight. Will Kai's go to Plasma? That's a good question. I mean, would the game be mean enough to put something in Plasma? I know that almost seems like a rhetorical question. Meanwhile, Jake with the quick kill on Kraid and does opt to pick up Spring Ball. He's making the gate glitch look effortless. Nope, going to wreck ship. Okay, yeah, we've all realized that while wreck ship is at least required, there's that charge beam now for Jake. At least that part's required. Everything else, as far as checks, the later you go in the game, the less you may see of it. I mean, the way some of these players play, I mean, I haven't seen that much minimalism since seeing a story on a nudist colony. And yeah, nobody has yet checked Bubble Mountain, and I mean, at least two of the runners do have the speed booster to be able to go through that lower end and not necessarily take too much damage. There is that one room that'll take away a little bit of energy, but that's about it. Freddy says no to the additional energy tanks. Jake says yes to picking up one down in the high top area. And it looks like Jake's going to be the one to give us our first Bubble Mountain check. Ice to see you. Got a little ice beam there in the bubble missiles spot. So Bubble Mountain already proving at least somewhat beneficial already. But the one check that's is really all that's there. It was a good one, but not much else. Let's see. Bombs space was basically free. I'll admit, Reem, I'm trying to understand the words that are being said, let alone attempt to provide any sort of coherent answer. Unless it was a rhetorical question. Yeah, I gave up on trying to figure out logic a long while ago in terms of progression because a lot of what the runners do is out of logic anyway. But we have Kai's here going after Fantoon. Jake now down in Meridia, and Freddy atop Red Tower heading back into Crateria. Now the answers are dwindling. Where's the Varia suit? I mean, logically, there can't be a lot of places left where it could be. Although, has anyone checked front of Gauntlet yet? Oh, no screw attack. Okay, could be Crateria. No, we already did have a Crateria landing site PB check. It was just a missile. You know, I don't believe that Billy Mays was checked, or I definitely would have made some sort of a meme reference to it, but I don't recall making one this particular seed, so I believe the infomercial has not yet been explored and brought to your television or otherwise screens. But Freddy is about to give us a check at front of Supers. And it's just a set of missiles. Oh, somebody did check Billy Mays. I must have surprisingly missed it. And Jake was trying to pick up the plasma mid-jump, but the jump over the item was so efficient, he had to double back for it. Wreck ship reserve reset likely coming in a moment here for Kai's. Or maybe there wasn't a save, so it's a wreck ship just nope and reverse on out of there. All right, Mermaid Missiles just had an E-tank, I believe. Our runners at this point all feel pretty confident with the energy that they have, that they're not going to go out of their way to pick up any additional energy tanks. Oh, did I say reserve? Yeah, wreck ship E-tank reserve is the speed lock one. This is like being fluent in a foreign language and then not using it for a year and then trying to have a conversation fully in that language immediately afterward. You're going to trip over your words every once in a while. But I do appreciate your patience nonetheless, and hopefully this is more entertaining than silence. And if it isn't, well, hit the mute button, I guess? I don't know. It's a set of supers in the attic, and Kai's is going to go for them here. I thought it was a plain set of missiles. Now, now I noticed that obviously we're not checking Shack Tool, but we saw the left sand pit. Have we seen the right sand pit? We have seen both? Well, shucks. I'm running stone fresh out of ideas. It was reset after not sure about contents. Well, it clearly wasn't anything major in the contents, otherwise it wouldn't have been reset. Oh no, are we really well, we might be a little bit closer to it here, at least on Jake's end. But that would require going to plasma, and Jake is going away from plasma. Kai's meanwhile going to go ahead and pick up the reserve tank in the sky as opposed to the missiles in the sky. Freddy has dispatched of Fantoon. Oh, you can get there through the sand pits also? Oh yeah, you take the really long, well, it's not so much an elevator as it is something else. Okay, so this is just kind of getting a couple of other things along the way. That makes sense. All right, Kai's going bowling. Freddy noping out of the super missiles. Yeah, transport tube, that's the thing. All right, Freddy is going to pick up an E-tank here. At Wrecked West Super Missile. Base jump for Kai's. Yeah, space and plasma being gravity locked. Yeah, it does. It does give that clue. But it's also in the one of the checks that is so out of the way that hardly anybody wants to do it. But Jake is going for it here, and that could prove to be the, well, for those in Canada, TSN turning point. TSN's like the Canadian equivalent of ESPN here in the States. It's the sports news channel. All right, going past the Space Pirates here. Survey says Varia in Plasma. Oh, this seed is a troll. Our first Varia grab just over 45 minutes in. So the rhetorical question of would the game do something that mean and trolly? The answer is an obvious affirmative. And I'll still take that over the trolliness of Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Said one too many trollings, one too many times. I know, it's like talking about a bitter ex or something. All right, Kai's gonna head on all the way through to the back of Gauntlet, it looks like here. Meanwhile, with Varia, Jake looks to be in the proverbial driver's seat here to now head down into Norfair and take care of the last bits of things here to get this SMRAT victory here on Speedrunners Arena. The main thing of note at this point, which we had just discovered about 2 minutes ago, was the trolley finding of the Varia suit in the plasma beam location, way out there in Upper Meridia. And now 47.5 minutes in, Kai's picking up the speed booster and probably is already thinking, oh no, this was here the whole time. As the other runners had picked it up, what, a good half hour earlier? So yes, not only was Varia going to not be the first suit found, but it was in arguably the most out-of-the-way location in all of the 100 checks that are in Super Metroid. I say arguably because I'm being a bit hyperbolic, and I'm sure there are people who know this game way better than I do who might actually me on it. And I'm okay with that, because I don't profess to know everything. In fact, I don't profess to know a whole heck of a lot. Yeah, exactly. A case could be made for Shaq Tool. That's why I did give the disclaimer of arguably, and strong arguments could be made for others, but it definitely isn't convenient. I think that is that consensus can certainly be drawn upon. Wow, first try fly up the climb super shaft, and now Kai's picking up the bombs, and here is Jake in Lower Norfair doing Lower Norfair things. The worst room in the game made a lot easier with things like, oh, space jump and plasma, charge, ice, wave. All the goodies. Me being more of a novice runner, I'd still be like, well, I can do this, but I'd really love to have screw attack right about now. But that's, again, why I'm not that great at it. Okay, I'm not even sure what Jake did there, but it was able to take out a couple of those nuisance musketeers here. And meanwhile, we have a Billy Mays check. Oh yeah, somebody did, I think, check this earlier, and I did miss it. Billy Mays here for, well, a 2-for-1 deal on super missiles. Charge the shine spark in the room left, hit it on the platform edge, and echoes hit the enemies. So kind of like that there. Okay. If you're not used to it, that is some unique double vision that's going on there. So Jake charging along, and here's Ridley. Da, 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 da. Yes, I've dated myself with that Johnny Carson reference, but like I said, I'm kind of the Grandpa Simpson of the group here. X-ray pickup for Kai's. Meanwhile, okay, Freddy is looking for vanilla X-ray. I don't think I could imagine Ridley as a talk show host. It was so hot down in Lower Norfair today. How hot was it? It was so hot that I saw a fire hydrant flagging down a dog. And with that, I thank the SMRAT community for my most recent and last attempt at commentary here after that joke. Ridley has been dispatched of on Jake's end, and now it's just the charge to the end here. You know, Crockemeyer as the band leader and Ridley as a talk show. Oh my gosh. There's something there. I don't know what, but there's something there to that. Croc Severinsen, is that what we're going with here? Oh my gosh. This is what happens when I decide to do this on a whim. First thing waking up, unmedicated, uncaffeinated. Also, the guitar, with that arm movement, you're absolutely right about that. All right, so here in the escape, not even going to bother with the grappling hook or grapple beam. A little late in the game for it to matter. Yeah, that also is a bit of a meme place for grappling hook, but What can you do? Yeah, or the keyboard piano. There's things that can be workshopped with this nonsense. Meanwhile, back at the race, Freddy looks to be heading to the plasma spot to get that missing piece of the puzzle here known as the Varia suit. And Kai's doubling, well, okay, it was doubling back for some power bombs. And there we go. Roughly 10 minutes after Jake has picked up the Varia suit, so too has Freddy. And that's really been the tale of the seed. Just this extremely trolly, out-of-the-way location for Varia suit. And that is likely going to determine your placing here. That also reminds me I should probably go look for the race time room, because I hadn't thought about that until now. Alright, so I at least have that here at the ready. Kai's is going, I don't need Varia. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. Oh, and is heading over into the Croc area. Oh boy. Oh yeah, no, I was able to pull it up. I do have the I do have it here. I went about it the old-fashioned way. I typed in racetime.gg, and then I go click on the Super Metroid randomizer, and pretty much go from there. So yeah, Kai's is going Varia suit. I don't need no stinking Varia suit. Does have a little bit of trouble with the elevator or the lift here. Meanwhile, Freddy gets the high jump boots. Underneath of Ice Beam, and we have our first Torian visit here at 5814. So Jake is looking to definitely take this here, barring something catastrophic, literally like a power outage. That's about where we're at this point. Meanwhile, in about 2 hours from now, we have a SMRAT race here. Chozo, random start, collect all upgrades, Notorian, and random start. And that looks to be here on Speedrunners Arena. Something that's so confusing that I know I will have no knowledge of... I will have even less knowledge than what I have of this here. Alright, Kai's heading on in to get an energy refill in the After Gold Chorizo spot, and given how I've been mostly running the game, is not going to be heading over to Misery Mire and Link to the Past, as this is a combo. That's a combo randomizer, though. And yes, oh, I'm definitely down to clown on some Craigie Ferg. Absolutely, Reem. Jeff the Robot, Secretariat. What did we learn on the show tonight? All the goodies, yes. I've been doing my best to avoid any and all code because this is a family-friendly channel, but yes. Definitely enjoyed the decade that was the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Oh, timer starts once the goal's complete. Okay. So we've gotten past the baby on Jake's side. And that energy is looking pretty low on Kai's side. I'm a little worried here. I don't know how much there is in reserves, but this doesn't look good. Oh, the Firefly Funhouse is considered a safe spot. Wow. You know, I didn't even notice the random start was put in there twice, and there's a reason that my Twitch handle was gimmicked after the anchorman Ron Burgundy, as yeah, I just read what's in front of me. All right, phase 1 of Mother Brain is done. And it looks like it's going to be charged shots all the way here, since there's just one super missile left in the inventory for Jake. And crystal flash incoming to recoup here on Kai's side, heading deeper and deeper into lower Norfair, and yeah, scares the daylights out of me just looking at all of that. Oh, okay, there's an E-tank. That certainly helps. Energy drain over on Jake's end, and it's cutscene time. It's actually Ferran Burgundy, and that's not to get too personal, but Ferran is actually my legitimate first name. So somebody put Ferran and Ron Burgundy together because for a bunch of years I worked in radio doing news and anchoring and things of that nature. So yeah, that's how the gimmick got put together, both here for Twitch as well as in the professional wrestling world. But this isn't about me. This is about the races that we have on screen. We have the Mother Brain battle going on with the cutscene. We have the Ridley fight going on with Freddy. And we're about to have the same here with Kai's as well, also going for Ridley. It was so hot today in Lower Norfair that Burger King was singing, "If you want it your way, cook it yourself." Oh, that E-tank is going to be very timely. For Kai's once this battle is over here. If it's able to be survived that long. Meanwhile, we are on Rainbow Beam for Jake. Yes, I've been a pro wrestling commentator for just over 8 years now, for a pro wrestling school in the suburban Philadelphia area known as the Monster Factory. And there is, wow, with just 73 energy plus some reserves left, that is a sight for sore eyes for Kai's here. But yes, it's called The Monster Factory. There's actually a docu-series on Apple TV that released about a year and a half ago about it. The short 6 half-hour episodes. But the school's been around since 1983 and has been sending a litany of individuals to places like WWE and otherwise. Uh, Current folks, probably the most best known in the current WWE realm would be Damian Priest. With all the now that the fallout of the Judgment Day has been a thing, I'll admit I haven't watched that diligently in the last couple of months. But also, I mean, you go back to the '80s: Bam Bam Bigelow, King Kong Bundy. Uh, Gosh, a lot of those guys from Jersey went there. Chris Candido. Gosh, the Native American Tatanka. There's a whole the Big Show, Paul White, or I guess if you saw WCW in '96 and early '99, you would have seen him as the Giant. Just to name a few, but that said, Mother Brain's done on Break Jake's side. The escape has occurred and is about to GG here. The official race time of 66 minutes and 23 seconds. And yeah, Kais picks up that grapple beam. Freddy looks like is going to be heading. Oh no, is done with all of that. That's right. So is going to be heading on out, trying to head over to Torian, looking to take second place here. Kais was looking for a hopeful bailout of an energy tank, but doesn't seem to be getting it here. And instead is going to have to Crystal Flash to recoup the energy. Freddy with the attempted Meridia climb. Base jump not quite working as planned. If I had $1 for every time that happened to me. Well, I'd definitely be in a different tax bracket, that's for sure. So we're getting the stats going along here. 1 death and 2 resets. Completely avoided Ceres. That's impressive. Yes, I know you don't. It's me being tongue-in-cheek here, people. Well, actually, this would be the tongue-in-cheek, but that's a whole nother story. I'm just taking a quick look for curiosity. Oh, Screw Attack was in Mickey Mouse. I would have checked it, but then again, it would have taken me 2 hours to finish one of these, so there's that. All right, Freddy back at the ship for the reset. Kai's not too far behind, despite hell running all of Lower North there, which is definitely not in logic. Yeah, newer folks to the game, you are expected to have the Varia suit. It's just going through all the checks. Kai skipped Plasma, didn't bother to go back to it, and said, "All right, that's probably where it is. To heck with it. I gotta get my go on here." So now just dealing with the little Metroids along the way, just collecting them all up like Pokemon. Oh, that's right. Freddy never got the Ice Beam. Oh, that's right. Freddy never even had gone to Bubble Mountain. That's where the Ice Beam was. It's a cool little feature that I hadn't seen in not having been here in a year. So it shows you the 41% and shows you all of what you did or did not collect. And that all adds up to 100 there. Okay, so yeah, 12, 20, 23, 30, and then 11 of the majors. That would be 41. Math about as quick as Dick Clark in the winner's circle of the $25,000 pyramid. So yeah, don't look now, but Kai's is caught up here, and they're both Freddy and Kaiser in the same room here. And here I thought it was going to be a clear and distant second place for Freddy and third for Kai's, but no, this is a lot closer than initially thought. You can see the difference between having the Ice Beam to take out the Metroids versus having to use 3 power bombs per room. Freddy Hazardous, though a stand-up by Kai's would help but not be enough, as Kai's will save well, you know, I mean, saving the animals versus saving the frames. It's been a debate as old as time, at least for the last 30 years. Animal Surprise is on. See, I didn't know that Animal Surprise was even a thing. Well, yeah, there is the better beam combo, but it looks like Freddy's going to go ahead and empty the missile and supers clips before going into the charge beam. But yeah, both are on the Mother Brain fight here. Slight advantage to Freddy in the early going. Having a bit of a head start. Plus, there is the issue with the draining of the energy and the refilling of it. It's going to take more time on Kai's end, having more E-tanks. But without the Varia suit, it's also faster, so there's... Oh, it's always the same length? I just figured it took more time to fill up the energy if there was more energy and you had more E-tanks available there. You know, it would take less time to fill up 9 boxes versus 13. But there I go throwing logic into things again. But they're also doing the stand-up, so there's that. It does, but the cutscene ends after the baby takes enough damage, so even with 3 boxes, you have to wait a while. Well, if I'm going down here with 3 boxes, then something has gone horribly, horribly awry in my gameplay. Or my sanity, I don't know which. And with that, yeah, Mother Brain is already down, and... yeah, Kai's actually is going to be the first to escape here. So a bit of a switch at the end here. But as you said, Kai's does like to rescue the animals, so will that account for enough time here? We'll see during the escape. A 22-second difference. So I don't know, both of these runners have so many tricks at their disposal that I can't even make a prediction based on the common sense things that I know. So this battle for second is pretty down to the wire here. Yes, he did get that moonfall just to save that little bit of extra time. And Kai's going to rescue the animals versus or saving the frames is what I imagine Freddy would do here. Oh, well, that's certainly a surprise. So instead of saving the animals, it's the golden, or the what is it? The space pirates, rather. And just like that, Freddy is in fact going to take it with an official race time, oh my goodness, of 1:18:34 versus Kai's 1:18:43, a 9-second difference between second and third place. I mean, with Kai's, that's still impressive, being just 9 seconds behind second place and not getting Various suit. Man, my jaw is just dropped with this here. This I mean, you give me trying to go down to Lower Norfair without a Varia suit, and I'd probably be working on it for 1 day, 18 hours, and 43 minutes and still not complete the seed. But yeah, that was back and forth all the way through. My goodness. So we have another match coming up in a little over an hour and a half from here. To whom should we raid once the credits end? That is an excellent question, and I'll leave that to people who are more qualified at this than I. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not one to make these decisions. You should have asked if people wanted interviews. I mean, that's fine. I didn't know what all they would necessarily. You know what? That's quite all right. I don't know how up to interviewing I felt like I was going to be anyways. I feel like it's a good time to cut things off here. But that was, I mean, that was a tremendous race. Impressive just getting that check of Varia up in plasma to give Jake the commanding lead. But the battle for second and third was a nail biter all the way through. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to try to make this a little bit more frequent here. Try to dust off the proverbial chops, be a little bit more prepared next time, and that way hopefully you're not sitting in silence for these as usual. But thank you for tuning in here to Speedrunners Arena. Make sure to give our runners a follow. They gave you a tremendous race here today. Also, thanks to the folks behind the scenes, WJG, our restreamer, Reem Octurus, our tracker, and for everyone else here at Speedrunners Arena, I'm Ferran Burgundy saying until next time, stay classy, my friends, and more importantly, stay safe. So long, everyone.